the Supreme Court has also previously said different things that they change, you know, so maybe there's a way to say, hey, restrict how much money you can spend of your own money on an election. You know, previously the United States Supreme Court said you can't do that. All right, but maybe things have changed so much now that you can. So those types of things take, like, you know, time to figure out and to see if we can, I can in good faith say, take a shot at doing that. I'm not suggesting that we're going to do that like tomorrow.
I just wanted to say that per Councilman Gordon's credit, and Bill Master is in the group behind us, just for the rest of you who have been part of this, I do sincerely think it was a working group. We didn't agree on everything, but I think that the intentions were fairly clear.
You didn't agree on everything. I asked you to agree on anything, and you said no.
I think the agreement was, and I think that you could agree with this, Councilman Vaughn, in corporate council, that the agreement was that the group will continue to work on this consistently going forward, but regarding this particular ordinance, there's a policy decision here that we're worlds apart. Now, something like a $250,000 million years amendment, I think that it's something that wasn't discussed to put on tomorrow for, of course, going forward. There was a committee that we worked through this. I think people in the community said they worked through this, but on this particular ordinance, you know, part of the group's view is that we would like to vote on it, that we believe that this is a baseline, and part of the group said we'd like to amend and continue to work through it. So
I agree that the workshop amendment that I spoke of could come at a later date, just as the rule pertaining to you can't raise any money until 18 months before the election. I mean, those are all things that are valid points that aren't in this ordinance, but the fact is that they are still valid points. I would still want to hear the public speaking tomorrow evening before anybody is prejudged about what decision, how they're going to vote tomorrow, and wait until the following meeting to decide exactly what those answers are.
And respectfully, I have to disagree on one thing, Councilman. Steve, I think that there was not a world apart difference on the policy. I think the policy is that restricting donations from redevelopers is going to happen. That's it. I mean, there might have been like, well, should it be 0 or 300? What's the effective date? Can it apply to consultants? I think that for the broad, big picture of restricting donations from redevelopers, I disagree. I think that that's the broad policy is supported.
I think that the consensus, and if we're open to a meeting or to listening tomorrow night, and the open possibility of which I would strongly urge of voting and taking a step, again, going back to what I said earlier, this is a baseline for some, okay, that we could work on and improve. Okay?
So I have a question. In the event that, okay, I just want to make sure that what I'm hearing, are you saying that even if you voted on it tomorrow, that there's still room for revision going forward? Answer the question. Don't take it nowhere other than a yes or no.
I can answer the question very succinctly and say that the scoring campaign finance and election law, I think there's still work to be done. To this particular ordinance, my belief is no.
Okay. So, all right. Now, so somebody explain to me section 7, because when I'm reading, it seems to me that what you're saying to me is that any citizen can, if they think that I violated any portions of this, can have me going to court, spending my money, although, you know, I may or may not be guilty. And so it's during campaign time, so my energies are spent trying to defend myself.
Okay, so section 7 I circled here. We had a conversation with developer that can't enter the committee as specified in subsection A and or the city of Jersey City, I would say two things to that. Number one is, we would probably agree that there should be maybe some liability that you can sue the developer if they have, look, let's take a step back and say that there has to be some sort of recourse for violations. So there has to be some sort of penalty where there has to be some sort of willingness on multiple sides to enforce this, so there has to be some sort of penalty.
But the city should do the enforcement.
I was about to say that the city should have somebody designated in place in the city to be responsible for both monitoring who gets redevelopment, who gets contract, and who are contributors going through this. It doesn't need to be a new employee. It should be maybe somebody.
That should be part of the that should be part of the application from the development. Number one, the same thing when you use that as a city welcome to sue.
I haven't spoken to either one of these.
You're inviting, believe me when I tell you, you're headaches. I think it's an expensive paragraph that's in there that's unnecessary at this particular time. It should be something that should be thought out differently. Why go through all the legal machinations that the city will ultimately wind up in? You've been part of 2 elections. There's 10 lawsuits on everything, every election. So, I mean, why not just eliminate 7 at this particular point? You make amendments later on and go forward, This, I think, is just going to be expensive.
Let me touch base with you, because I tend to, on the first glance, I could recognize that you don't want to isolate it. So,
I'm a bummer.
but we're going to be your own.
That's the reason I can say about it.
What a caucus is for. This is what a caucus is for. You're talking about something substantial, this is what a caucus is for.
We're looking at actually doing something conceptual.
I seem to have an agreement that section 7 is a problem that might be best taken out. There seems to be an agreement.
Okay.
We've agreed on one thing so far. Eliminate 7. Okay, that's one agreement. I was about a good half hour discussion.
Y'all met for 2 months and this is the lowest thing you ever got. You only get one little thing that you agree upon?
All right.
Let's get back to the issue of now.
Excuse me, there could be one meeting in this room. The temptation is to sidebar, talk about this, and you're missing this substantial discussion, which you should all be listening to, because tomorrow night it's your turn.
When does the clock start ticking?
When a developer no longer make a contribution.
And we'll share our opinion on this. I think that
We kind of agree that a year is too long.
I would agree with you the point that somebody shouldn't be artificially penalized if they didn't know that they had no intention of doing anything. Okay, that would seem punitive and unfair and unreasonable. Okay, I would also say at the same
So
time.
ignorance is a defense.
Well, I would also say that
Yeah, that people meant yes.
if somebody is in any sort of conversation with the city,
Negotiation.
conversation, if you solicit an interest, if you are pursuing any sort of property, I think that it should be prohibited.
The fine pursuit, because
So what would be the time frame?
That's what's pursuing.
And that's important.